Let's be honest, it's a bit bewildering. In a similar vein, our astronomer has his work cut out for him this week. He's trying to find out what the universe is made of.
Never let it be said we don't try to tackle the big questions here on The One Show.
This is Boulby Potash mine just south of Middlesbrough, and it's the unlikely location for what could be a quantum leap in quantum physics. The universe is a mysterious thing. New questions are emerging about how it hangs together, and the scientists at Boulby are looking for a weird substance that's everywhere but nowhere. You can't see it, you can't smell it, and you can't touch it. They're not really sure what it is, and they're not even certain that it exists. This is the strange hunt for dark matter, and today I'm joining in over half a mile underground. It involves getting kitted up just as if I was a miner. My guide is Sean Paling. He's the manager of the Dark Matter Search Facility.
Dark matter as a word means stuff out in the universe that we think exists that we can't see. We think we know what it is, and we've got detectors underground to kind of prove it is what we think it is.
It's the strangest journey to a lab I've encountered. They don't look like they are, but every man in this lift is an astrophysicist. Well, we've got 1,100 metres to go, and that's going to take us something like 6 minutes to get to the bottom of the deepest mine shaft in the UK. So why is the lab underground? What's the idea of that?
We've got particle detectors, essentially machines that just go or ping when a particle hits them, and we install them underground here because if they're on the surface, they'll be going ping, ping, ping all the time because of interference and radiation on the surface.
After walking what seems like miles through a series of dark tunnels, we get to the heart of the quest for dark matter.
Einstein and go-go.
With the possible exception of the Large Hadron Collider in Geneva, this lab is doing more to explore the darkest secrets of the furthest reaches of the universe than anywhere else in the world. The key to understanding the esoteric thing that is dark matter is gravity. Something we've all heard of.
Anything with matter or mass, like you and me, has gravity associated with it. So you're being pulled towards me slightly and I'm being pulled towards you. And in space, things like planets and stars also have gravity associated with it. And so, for example, when you look at galaxies and how galaxies work, they're the big, massive stars, and also there's stars around the edge going around the outside. The pull of gravity from the galaxy holds this star in. It's quite like having a ball on a string when you're spinning it. But the problem is, when we look at how these galaxies move, this star, these outer stars, are moving much too fast. They should fly off. So the gravity caused by this is not enough. Instead, we think the mass in the middle is much, much bigger. Something like 10 times as big. There's more in the galaxy than we can see, and so when you look at a galaxy, you're just looking at 10% of what's out there. It's almost like there's an invisible hand pulling objects together with a greater force than there should be.
And that hand might be the gravity that's associated with dark matter. At the moment, it's just a theory. If it's correct, it means 90% of the universe is effectively missing. The Boulby team will shortly be turning on the new extra-sensitive dark matter detector called Zeppelin 3. It will monitor conditions in the laboratory and hopefully pick up traces of the particles that make up this astrophysical enigma.
The incoming particles will occasionally bounce off of a nucleus inside an atom, and that nucleus will just recoil just like a billiard ball on a billiard table, and that recoiling nucleus carries with it some energy which ultimately gets transformed into flashes of light within our detectors.
So is it reasonable to assume then that these particles are actually all around us?
Oh yes, there's several million going through your head every second.
And I felt nothing.
And you felt nothing.
Now, if you find dark matter, how big a deal is it?
Oh, this would be absolutely astounding. A discovery to match any other discovery that's ever been made.
No pressure then. This experiment has been going on now for 20 years. The hunt for dark matter is a worldwide race, and if the Boulby team are successful, it would be a huge feather in the cap of British science.